So, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to bring you a battle against Andy from Pokemon Showdown Wi-Fi chat. And this turned out to be a very interesting battle. We both made good plays. And my opponent is bringing a OU team and I'm using a U team. The reason being it's because I don't have a OU team ready at the moment. And he was asking for an OU battle. So I asked him if I could bring my UU team, and he said yes, so we decided to battle. And it turned out to be a very interesting battle and a really close one, as you guys will see. But before getting into the battle, I really want to talk about something. Before, I made a video yesterday. I really didn't get a positive feedback from you guys. I don't know what happened. Probably it was my fault, I know, because I know that my narrations are not the best. But, you know, I try my best. Like I said before, for me it's a struggle to narrate battles because I'm not English, so I have to think a lot before saying something. So for me it takes me like, I don't know, a lot of tries to even make a narration. So yeah, and a lot of work. The video from yesterday took me the whole day to make because, you know, it was my first, and like I said, it takes me like a lot of try to narrate a video since I'm not English. So yeah, and having your support, guys, I think it's very important because, you know, it's for you guys that we make videos. I know that I have like 0 subscribers at the moment, but still I really want to bring content and I really want to provide the best I can for you guys. So having your support, like I said, it's very important because you guys help us grow. So if you could give it a like to this video, it would be very appreciated. I really appreciate your support. That is why I'm bringing videos to you guys. So let's get into the battle. My opponent is gonna send out Sapphire and he's gonna Mega Evolve right away. I just decided to sack my Drapion because, you know, I don't think my Drapion is going to do much against my opponent's team. And I do carry Ice Fang. I just decided to stay in to see what he was going to do. God. And he's gonna go for a substitute. I'm just gonna go for an Ice Fang since I know that it's 4 times effective, since Sapphire is now part dragon with his Mega Evolution. And I'm gonna send out my HerrLopes. The reason being it's because I'm Scarfed and I'm Jolly Nature, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna outspeed that Sapphire. And here my opponent is gonna switch and he's gonna send out Skarmory. I was always during this battle I was always fearing the Brave Bird because I have Infernape, I have HerrLopes, which are very weak to a Brave Bird. So I was always fearing the Brave Bird here. And I have to switch, obviously, because now he's gonna send out his Landorus. And I'm gonna send out my Cobalion, which it wasn't like a good switch because, you know, he's gonna use Earthquake and that is gonna hurt a lot. But I know that he's locked on Earthquake, so I'm gonna send out Crobat. And I know that he is not gonna want to stay in, so I'm just gonna take that opportunity to go for a U-turn to just get the switch advantage here. And he's gonna send out Skarmory. I know for a fact that this Skarmory is defense bulky, so I was hoping that he would stay in because, you know, it's not very often that you use Overheat on Infernape, so I do carry Overheat. I'm like a mixed Infernape, so I was hoping that he wouldn't see that coming, but he did, so we decided to switch to Azumarill. And here my best play is to sack Cobalion because I don't think Cobalion is going to do a lot more in this battle since he is low on health. So my best play here was to sack something and I decided to sack Cobalion. And here I'm just going to send my Mega Blastoise. The reason being is because I didn't have a lot of things to take out this Azumarill, so here I just had to send out Blastoise and I'm just going to go for a Water Pulse, trying to get the Confusion Axe. It didn't happen, so here in the next turn I know that he's gonna continue to play rough. So I'm just gonna send out my Crobat here, just to take that because I resist since I'm part poison. And in the next turn he's just gonna go for a waterfall. I know I can take it. And my best play was to go for a Brave Bird and take out that Azumarill. And the item I'm using on my Crobat is Sharp Peaks because it gives you that boost on a Brave Bird. I was thinking in running Life Orb on my Crobat, but I don't think it's a very good item. The reason being is because you're gonna get like a lot of recoil from Brave Bird, and then Life Orb, yeah, it's not gonna be very good. That's why I run Sharp Peak. And here it's just gonna switch out into Landorus. I know for a fact that my Crobat can touch Skarmory, so I'm just gonna head the hell out of here and I'm gonna go for a U-turn. And here I'm just gonna send out Blastoise. Here I think he predicted me to go for a Water Pulse. That is why he's gonna send out Sceptile, but I know that he wouldn't want to stay in because I was positive that I could take an Earthquake from this Landorus. So I'm just gonna go for an Ice Beam, and that worked out perfectly because he's gonna send out Sceptile and that thing is gonna die. So now he's just gonna send out Azumarill. I just decided to stay in just for that Father. And he's gonna go for a Play Rough, and that obviously is gonna kill me. So now he's gonna send out Etran. I know that he didn't want to stay in on my Crobat because I know that I was going to outspeed and Brave Bird was going to kill him. So I'm just gonna go for a U-turn here just to get, once again to get the switch initiative. He's just gonna scout what I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna go for a close combat just to play safe. Not to play safe. I had Earthquake on my Aircross, but I don't think that would be smart because I know for a fact that he has Skarmory and he has Landorus, so going for an Earthquake was going to be very risky, and so I just decided to go for a close combat. And that Skarmory is actually gonna come in and take a lot of damage. I decided to go for another close combat because I knew that if he stayed in with his Skarmory is gonna go down. But my opponent makes a brilliant play and he's gonna send out Landorus here, just get the Intimidate and just to get the attack drop. And now I'm just gonna send out Crobat, not want to predict too much. I know that he was not going to go for Stone Edge, that's why I went out with my Crobat. Here I know that I can't touch this Skarmory, so I'm just gonna go for a U-turn. I was like really struggling just to get this Skarmory out of the way because this Skarmory gave me a lot of problems in this battle. And I really didn't have nothing for this Skarmory, to be honest. The only Pokemon I had was my Infernape. So I had to preserve my Infernape. My opponent is gonna go for Spikes, and at this point of the battle I know that I cannot have Hazards on my field because we are going to switch a lot, and having that extra damage is not going to be good to me because, like I said, we are going to switch a lot at this point of the battle. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Defog just to blow away those Spikes, and he's gonna Roar, which was a good play on my opponent's part, predicting my switch. And my Aircross is gonna come in. I just decided to go for a Stone Edge just to see how much he does. I knew that it was not going to do a lot, but that did like nothing. And I was always fearing the Brave Bird from this Skarmory, but after seeing Spikes, I knew that it didn't have Brave Bird. My opponent was carrying Roar, Spikes, Roost, and which was the other move? Ooh, I kind of forgot, but yeah, I know that it was not going to. I know that it didn't have Brave Bird, so that was good to know. So here I'm just gonna go for a U-turn because I know that I don't have a chance against Skarmory. My Crobat is not gonna do anything to Skarmory, and he's gonna go for a Lava Plume, and he gets a crit. To be honest, I don't know if that crit mattered because, well, I did think it mattered because I'm running Life Orb on my Infernape, so with that in mind, like when you attack, you always gonna get some recall on Life Orb, and if I had like a little more health, and if you didn't get the crit, I was going to have more hits left before dying. So I don't know how that crit mattered. Probably did, probably didn't. I don't know. So he's gonna just sack a Zoomerl. I'm just gonna go for an overheat just to play safe. And he's gonna sack a Zoomerl. I do carry Mach Punch on my Infernape, so yeah, here I know for a fact that I have to switch because I have to preserve my Infernape. The reason being it's because I only have Infernape to take care of Skarmory, because my Heracross and my Crobat are not going to do nothing against this Skarmory, so like I said, I have to preserve Infernape. So here he's going to knock off my Choice Scarf, which I didn't think it mattered. So here he just decided to stack Skarmory. I'm just gonna go for another close combat, seeing the damage I did with the other one. So that was good because now Skarmory is out of the way. And here obviously I'm not gonna stay in after those defense drop. So I think here my best play was to sack Infernape, because at this point I don't need Infernape since Skarmory died. So I don't need Infernape at this point, so I'm just gonna sack it. And here I just wanted to play safe at this point because we only had 2 Pokemon left. He had Heatran left and Landorus, and I had Crobat and Heracross. And this was a choke on my part because if I had gone for U-turn, I would have the switch advantage, and probably, just probably, I was going to be able to win. But, you know, at this point, I knew I was going to lose because this was a checkmate, because I couldn't switch at this point, because Heatran is going to continue going for Lava Plume. And at this point, I can't switch and I cannot save my Crobat. So I knew for a fact that for me to win this game, I had to get a crit on Stone Edge on Landorus, since I know my Heracross is going to be able to take a hit from Landorus. And I knew I could outspeed Heatran here because I knew that he was specially defensive. So I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake, and my opponent is gonna send out his last Pokemon, which is Landorus, and he's gonna go for an Earthquake, and like I said before, I know I can take at least one. So here, my only hope was to getting a crit, but, you know, I didn't get it. And that was a good game. I was really hoping for a crit, but like I said, I didn't get it, so good game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed, and leave it a like if you enjoyed, so see you guys later.